Well, hi guys.
Hi.
I'm in the middle of watching the race, which I have not had spoiled for me yet. But I'm on pins and needles because the start was not good for Max.
Jeff Gordon's gonna win.
Wait.
Jeff Gordon's not going to win. No, I promise you, Jeff Gordon's not going to win because Jeff Gordon's not driving.
Okay. I thought did the race happen yesterday?
No, race is today.
Oh.
It already happened, so I'm trying not to get spoiled because it's in Dubai.
She messaged us, and I thought it was done last week.
No.
Like,
Back to our topic of men not listening when the ladies are talking. You guys didn't listen when I said there's one more race to go.
Well, no, I heard that, and then on Reddit I saw that pole position, the qualifying
okay.
race.
Yes.
I saw on Reddit that the qualifying race had taken place, and what was it? Red Bull took first, and then Mercedes was second.
Correct.
Yeah, I was like, oh. The qualifying race, that's Stephanie. I was going to send it to you, but it was like, she already knows.
I did watch it yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, I just thought it happened yesterday.
Does it make it really bad that I didn't pay attention? Because I listened to the podcast when we did it.
Edit.
And then to edit it. But in my defense, I don't listen to the podcast. I listen for certain things throughout the podcast to where I go, all right, splice here. Splice here.
Apparently when I talk is wah 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 wah. I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing you. No, so the qualifying race, that's to set the positions. So you have to, your fastest lap is the order that you start the race in. And so Max and his teammate did a cool thing where his teammate drafted ahead of him to punch a hole in the air. And so Max could go through that hole in the air and got like a half a second of time. Ended up being on pole. It was cool. Science moment. Science moment.
Dork.
I know.
What are you doing? What are you doing right now?
Dorks and hoodies.
Oh, look at that.
Hi, Kitty. Should I make a joke about us having a pussy on camera? I just did. Oh, this is what you get when I drink red wine.
Hey, Dash, you just want to kick her and let her get back to the race, and then you and I can just be dorks?
No.
No. So let's go through this because I do have a couple things that I want to talk about for this Sunday show. We're gonna knock out our best Spider moments.
We're gonna
do a Spider-Man trivia.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Oh, yeah. Fun. That sounds fun.
I'm gonna come up with questions, and we're gonna go Stephanie versus Jared. And the Spider Quiz.
I'm a movie trivia schmodown player.
So this is all movie Spider-Man stuff.
Okay.
No comic stuff like that. This is going to be over the course of the first trilogy, the web series, which is the David Webb's movies, the Andrew Garfield movies.
Oh! I thought you're making a joke.
No, Web literally his last name. It's Webb. No, so the Raimi trilogy, the Webb 2 movies with Andrew Garfield. This will be over the Across the Spider-Verse, well as the first 2 Tom Holland movies, and may have some to do with MCU stuff too.
Don't you have to put Civil War and Endgame and Infinity War in there because there's Spider-Man?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. MCU stuff as well. So
okay.
Stuff like that.
So Stephanie, if there are more Raimi questions with Garfield in there, I did not watch the Garfield one.
Oh, you haven't watched them at all?
Okay. I didn't see it. Like, I've seen clips, but I've never watched the Garfield one at all because I didn't like Garfield. I didn't like it. And then I remember seeing Tom Holland, and that's, in Civil War. And I was like, ooh, I like that Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me ask you this. Have you seen Social Network?
No.
I've seen parts of it. I haven't watched the whole thing.
That's the movie that made me an Andrew Garfield fan.
Mm-hmm.
I have a thing for David Fincher. Really bad thing. Like, his movies are it's just poetry.
The original Dune.
And then
Fincher.
What he did with the film versus Trent Reznor with the music for the Social Network. Jesse Eisenberg is Mark Zuckerberg. Armie Hammer as the Winklevoss twins. What's her name? Is it Kate Mara or Rooney Mara?
It's one of the Maras.
Which one has black hair?
That I can't tell you because they
I'm
changed
gonna
it.
say it's Rooney. I think it's Rooney
Probably.
Mara. Anyways, it's just an incredible cast. But that's where I became a fan of Andrew Garfield. And then he did the Spider-Man movie, and then he just did Tick Tick.
Tick, tick, boom.
Yeah, Tick Tick Boom was just amazing.
Did you see it? I haven't seen it yet. I want to
Yeah.
see it. I haven't had time.
I saw it first day that it popped up on Netflix. But I'm a big Jonathan Larson fan. I'm a big fan of Rent. Here he comes again.
Well,
What's your cat's name?
Baker.
Baker. Oh, that's a cute name. What's that name about? Or where'd you figure out that name? Is that from a movie or something?
My quarterback for the Cleveland Browns name is Baker Mayfield, and my cat's name is Baker Meowfield. Yep.
Cute.
I got him.
Baker Meowfield. That's funny.
It was I think Baker had just done the interview to where he was like, I woke up feeling dangerous. And it's like one of my favorite interviews that he did. And like that was on the screen when I brought him home and I was trying to figure it out. And I was like, it's Baker. Like he was a wild kitten. Like he was spastic. I mean, he's an orange cat. So if anybody out there knows, orange cats are crazy. Crazy. He is no different. We'll do Spider
moments. Get in right now.
Oh, really? Best Spider moments, Spider-Man trivia. And then I think we will do a draft. I'm thinking best Spider-Man characters.
Spider-Man characters.
Well,
are there? Yeah.
So I say Spider-Man characters, and I will preface this by saying anybody attached in some way, shape, or form, which is a lot of fucking people. Because I mean, you go through the whole Marvel universe.
So I could pick Kevin Feige if I wanted to.
You could, sure, because I mean, Kevin Feige was instrumental in bringing, Spider-Man over in the MCU. But you could go along the lines of, say, Daredevil. The
allegedly.
Well, no, I'm saying allegedly. Even like with the comics and stuff. Like,
I see.
Daredevil and Spider-Man is a big thing. I wouldn't necessarily say so. If you know comics, I wouldn't necessarily say Stick, which is like Daredevil's mentor or whatever. I wouldn't necessarily say him because the direct correlation between Spider-Man and Stick is Daredevil. There's somebody in between them. You could say Kingpin because that is also a villain like that. So I will say our top 10 will be Spider-Man related characters. So we could go anything from Aunt May to Uncle Ben to Sandman to that bubble of spider people to a layer outside of it. Not going to the point of 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon type of things, but 1 degree.
We're going to call this 6 degrees of Spider-Man?
We'll see. And then we'll do a final rundown of what we want to see in No Way Home, since this episode will drop for the Friday episode will drop on release day. Yeah.
How are you feeling about that, Jared? I haven't read a whole lot of Spider-Man comics, so I'm gonna have to do. I mean, I don't mind a little bit of research to get a little more versed in the Spider-Verse.
But you got any other better ideas? Because I still do want to do a top 10, but to go
best, the top 10 Spider-Man movie moments. There's quite a few films to choose from, but I think this opens us up to a lot more moments. Sure. And to answer your question, Stephanie, I haven't read too many Spider-Man comics. A lot of it was the Wolverine series when I was deployed. He was kind of my crush when one of the X-Men came out, and I'd just recently been notified I was headed over to a place that didn't exist, and I said, okay, I'm gonna get a bunch of comics and go. So
exist.
Still debating.
Mysterious past of Jared.
Still debating on whether or not to do like a Billy on the Street.
At the movie theater? You want to do it?
I will legitimately go out there. Well, no.
Oh, sorry. I forget which city in Wisconsin you're closest to. Sorry about that.
No. Well, I mean, I could drive to Madison. I think Madison's like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from me. But like, no, I would just go local. There are a couple of local theaters. I think there's a theater that I could go to where I could get a lot of people who would be willing to talk to me about it. I'd have to yell at them for spoiler free, but my buddy Alejandro, I could maybe talk to him. I think he's seeing it Thursday.
Ooh, okay.
So I could get an interview with him.
Well, that's the kind of the thing that I was sitting here looking at going, Well, this episode's going to come out
release day
for the most part when the most people have not seen it. Very few, there's going to be that small group of people that will have seen it, whether an early release or a midnight release or whatever. But most everybody will be seeing this Friday or like me on Saturday. And so that's where I was sitting here going, maybe it'll be kind of fun to go, hey, I know you hadn't seen No Way Home because it's not out yet, but what's your favorite part of it, to see like them only wrong answers kind of a thing, and do something like that. I don't know yet. It would be nice to bring in a fourth member that is just like a roving reporter kind of a person, to where they go out and about in their city to do kind of shit like that.
Okay.
Let's think about that. Anybody out there wants that job, let us know.
Contact us on Facebook, on Twitter. Leave us a comment in this YouTube video.
Yeah. Or you can just email me at snhpod@gmail.com. snhpod@gmail.com.
I am asking him right now.
Is he local to you?
Yeah. Like he's like 10 minutes away from me.
Oh, fun. That'd be cool.
He's my best buddy. It's funny because like when I started my job at Great Lakes Higher Education Corporation, the student loan place, he was in my training class and he sat next to me and I was like, I'm sorry, you have to sit next to me. And he's like, what, why? And then he invited me to play some board games with him like 3 weekends after that. And we became best friends ever since. And we've been friends for like 8 or 9 years now.
That's so romance. Yeah. I like it. I love a romance.
I love him to death. He is my best friend in the world. Sorry, Dash.
Well, did you?
Best friend in the world? That's the way it sounded. Sorry, Dash, you're not my best friend in the world.
Man, not even close, bud.
You're not my best friend.
You're not my top 10.
Top 10 best friends, go. That'd be really fun because, I mean,
it would not. That would not be a good
episode. No, not that. I was sorry. Let me let you in on
Number
my train
1,
of thought.
My mom. Number 2, my brother. Number 3, my cat. Number 4, nobody.
That ruined so many people's friendships.
Exactly. It's not a good idea to rank your friendships. No, what I meant was the idea of doing the top 10 spider characters. Yeah, I could see that being fun. If I can, is it only movie characters?
No. Just anybody in the Spider-Verse.
Anybody in the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. Like, Daredevil could be on there. We haven't seen it, on screen in the movies, but we have seen it,
yet
in the comics.
Allegedly.
Oh, I cannot fucking wait.
I hope it's got to be.
Speaking of allegedly,
they're rumoring that he's going to be in the movie, but they're also rumoring that he's not going to suit up.
He's just going to be a lawyer. I've heard that he's going to be like he's going to just be Charlie or Matt Murdock, the lawyer, throughout this series, which is.
But really I'm sorry. If you're Matt Murdock, the lawyer, and you're representing Peter Parker, who you know is Spider-Man, and you know that you're a superhero as well. Is he just sitting on the couch going, you know what? I'll sit this one out. Let's see what's on TV. I'm sorry. That just doesn't make sense to me. You're Daredevil. Yeah. And he's Spider-Man. Yet you're going to be like, I got a Christmas party I got to go to.
But does he know he's Spider-Man in the movie?
Everybody knows,
everybody
right?
knows.
Everybody knows. Well, I suppose actually
the end of it.
I suppose that depends on the result of the spell, right? Because we know the spell creates shatters the multiverse. Well, but does it actually work at all?
Well,
does it erase anybody's memory?
I don't know if it depends on the spell. It depends on when the spell happens and when his lawyer, which happens first. So, well, that's true. I mean, I guess if he's arrested or detained or whatever in the beginning of the movie, that happens, the spell happens, then he's forgotten. But then technically, would the trial go away? Paperwork doesn't just go away. Paperwork doesn't forget.
How slavish is the MCU to the workings of the court?
Oh, I'm super happy he's going to be in the MCU already. So I'm happy with that. So.
I hope we see Karen Page from the Daredevil series. I mean, a Intrepid reporter. Have Karen Page versus the Daily Mail, and the Daily Mail Daily Bugle. Sorry, that's.
Do you hear about the Daily Bugle in New York?
What about the Daily Bugle in New York?
They set up a Daily Bugle stand in New York.
Oh, so really? Like a pop-up stand? Oh, that's fun. It is
legitimately selling Spider-Man paraphernalia and stuff.
That's really?
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
Serious. That's really cool.
I'm surprised. Well, you've been staying off of Reddit, but yeah, it popped up on Reddit. Like my buddy Alex sent it to me. I'll send you the snippet. But yeah, it is legitimately out there.
Ooh, so cool. I would love to get an actual Daily Bugle of like J. Jonah Jameson just blaming Spider-Man for everything. Spider-Man caused the blip. Spider-Man, blah, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I would love that. But Karen Page, if the Daily Bugle is kind of like not to go political, but name your rag. The New York. Some people think the New York Post is kind of a rag. I don't know. I don't know enough about all these newspapers to say which is a rag and which isn't. Or I guess like the Sun or whatever in the UK. Yeah. If it's supposed to be like the incendiary journalism, and then Karen Page is working for, I forget which one she works for, and she's kind of going against the Daily Bugle. That'd be an awesome angle to bring in more of the Daredevil characters, because I like that actress that played Karen Page a lot.
Wait. When are y'all going to see it?
I gotta figure it out.
Have you bought tickets yet?
I have not bought tickets yet. There's so many showings that they're adding in Minneapolis. It's awesome. I can go anytime I want during the day. I don't know. I got a project launching this week, so it did not go well. So we'll see what I have to do on Friday.
That bad?
Well, I'm a terrible project manager. I should not be a project manager. I'm a business analyst. I'm the person that asks questions and figures out programming stuff, but they got me doing project manager stuff, and I'm just not coordinated enough to do that very well. So it's been okay, but there's a whole bunch of stuff to fix this week. We'll see. Anyways, software stuff. It's awesome. Pause. I might go Friday during the day though, like during the afternoon.
I did send you guys the photo of the Bugle thing, by the way.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And I'm working with Alex because Alex goes to bed like way later than I do, like way earlier than I do. Yeah. Like his bedtime is like when I get off of work. So.
Oh, that's amazing.
Dash, how long is the movie?
2 hours 38.
2:38.
Really?
Holy crap!
That's what I saw.
Wow, that's a long movie.
Home run time.
You know what that means?
2:28. 2 minutes and 28 seconds. So
it's a long movie. Wow.
You know what? Okay, so that means that I will officially be off work, and by that time, I would be more than happy to go out and actually just like interview some of the people that were coming out. I just got to kind of figure a few things out. So
when would you do that? Before the Sunday
Thursday.
Show on Thursday?
I would literally do it Thursday. Yeah. I could just record stuff on my phone and.
Are there any showings before 7? Usually here in town, they usually have like the midnight showings on Thursday or at 7.
According to Alex, it's at 6:20 at night.
Okay.
So I'm not entirely 100% sure if the theater is doing something special or not. Because I remember when you were talking about you guys were talking about getting tickets. I pretty much was just like, oh, there's 0 tickets around me. Okay, cool. And I love how the Sun just now decided to poke out and whitewash me because this wasn't. Everything is against me when I film these shows. I hate it so much.
Well, just to one, make sure you're filming it horizontal. 2, just give me an intro.
That's what she said.
Give me an intro, an outro and meat and potatoes in the middle.
Intro, outro, like what do you mean intro? Like how I let it in that one time where it showed the shorts and hoodies thing, or
hey everybody, it's blah 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 here for blah blah blah. I'm on the street doing blah, 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 blah. We're going to talk to some people and get their wrong takes. Something like that, I would guess.
See, if it's late at night, I got to find a way to hook this to myself so that way I can have light. I can hold the camera.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you can do it at the movie theater, you should have the marquee lights that will light you.
Dash, I don't live in a big town, big guy. My town is not that fancy.
The bustling downtown of
and this was Wisconsin.
This won't be for the show. This will be for the channel. Like it'll be separate. It'll be its own video.
Yeah, so you could do it a different day than Thursday if you wanted to do it on Friday. No,
so don't think that you have a deadline for the Sunday show, because the Sunday show, there's literally no editing. As soon as I do this, it compresses, it buffers, it exports to my computer. I literally throw an intro video, an outro video, this in there, export it, throw it on YouTube.
Oh,
that's it. I do nothing, no editing.
So next Sunday, are we doing a spoiler review then? Is that what we're doing?
No, because we film on Thursdays, remember?
We film on Thursdays. That's what I was thinking. Why we were going on Thursday? Like, well, we have to film. I don't know how we're going to do that.
I mean, I could do a live Zoom call on my phones.
But just saying. Won't be back on time, will you?
Well, no, I could. Like that could be part. No shit. Never mind. Disregard.
Again, that's what I'm saying. Don't feel like you don't. This is not a deadline thing for one of our shows. As long as you're here in that chair on Thursday night at 8:30 your time or 7:30 your time.
7:30.
I'm
happy.
Behind the scenes, this is how it goes, folks.
Oh my God.
Anyone trying to start a podcast, the biggest part about starting a podcast is scheduling when you're going to record the podcast.
Yeah.
Because the biggest part of any project is the scheduling part. That's why I suck at being a project manager.
I totally forgot we film at 7:30 on Thursdays. It was like, oh, well, no, because if we film at 7:30 and then we go till 9:30 and it starts at 6:20, like I would literally leave here, run to the theater, and then because there's the end credits are usually like 5 minutes, so 6, 7, 8. That's cutting it real close to get out there at the end on Thursday. But we shall see.
You could talk to one of the employees at the theater, because every employee at the theater has probably seen
they would have already
right?
seen it.
Yeah, they got to do the projector test.
They would have seen it probably on Tuesday or Wednesday.
You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call the theater and be like, "Hey, 16-year-olds that work at the theater, I want to interview you."
Yeah, absolutely do that. We're a big podcast channel now.
I think that's how it was with In-Game. I think I saw it like 2 or 3 days beforehand.
Really?
I didn't work at the movie theater, but we had a hookup to where it was like, hey, it was literally like just 10 of us in the theater, and we were all nerding out. Like it was great.
I know exactly what I'm doing this week.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Go see if I can convince some teenagers.
Last thing, let's talk about moving forward from here. Like I said earlier, we are going from being called Shorts and Hoodies Podcast to just Shorts and Hoodies. Cool. All of our thumbnails will change yet again. Reaction thumbnails will be one thing. They'll all look the same. All of the podcast thumbnails will look the same as those. And then talk about, do you have a question or?
I'm waiting until you're done. So just letting you know I have a question at the end.
Okay. Well, now that's all I can think about. What's your question?
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I had an idea for videos to do on the channel that I wanted to run by you guys.
Yeah.
So I noticed that the big thing with the fastest episode being like our longest yet, and I apologize about that, is that I tried to put too much like movie news into that channel. And I'm wondering I don't know if you guys ever watched back in the day, AMC Movie Talk or Collider Movie Talk. That was like a daily news sort of a show. I'm wondering if I could like put together like a 10-minute clip that just like, hey, here are the news stories of today. Like a quick little rundown of, hey, I heard this, I heard this, I heard this, I saw this, I saw this. A 10-minute clip. Would that be something you guys would?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Are you suggesting that our podcast legit go, when it starts, we go right into the top 10?
Right.
I'm down for that, because then what's going to happen is the podcast will go from what originally the idea originally was for a 3-hour show. And again, that is definitely effing scrapped, because I got to sleep at some point.
Yeah, man. I'm worried about your sleep schedule.
Oh, no. Well, see, Fridays I don't work until later on in the day. So my Fridays
but
I go to sleep at like 3 or 4 in the morning because it's not as much time editing as it is
compressing.
Exporting takes forever. Exporting from Zoom, exporting from DaVinci, uploading to YouTube.
Yeah.
And then uploading to Anchor. All that takes time. And it's literally I start to do stuff and then I just go sit down and just wait.
Dash, remind me again why you don't just record with OBS, big guy?
I just don't like the quality. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a perfectionist. I want things done a certain way.
But I mean,
that's how I am for everything in life, though.
But I mean, like, what's the difference between what's the difference between the Zoom stuff I do?
No, I will tell you the biggest reason.
Okay.
It is because I like to be surprised what y'all's two lists are. And if I did it on OBS, I would have to have all those scenes done to where I cut in. I like the transitions on DaVinci. I like all this being able to splice certain things, but more than anything, I like being surprised of what your list is. And if I did it on OBS, I would have to have your list early. That way I can make the graphics to cut in on OBS.
Well, but not necessarily. I mean, can't you throw in, it's an MOV or an MP4, whichever one OBS exports to? You could still have that clip and that it makes the movie right there. You drop that into your timeline in DaVinci and then drop over your graphics. No, same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean,
I'm not doubting you. I'm just saying.
Yeah, if I'm dropping something into DaVinci already and I'm recording on OBS, there's literally no difference in whether I'm recording on OBS or just Zoom like this.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the only thing that would really cut down is your the Zoom compression. That's literally all that would happen is the compression time would drop.
That's the one that takes the least amount of time.
Well, you said it takes like an hour, right?
An hour to do the exporting from DaVinci.
I thought you were talking about the compression from Zoom.
No.
Yeah, like I thought you meant
from
like
Zoom takes like 20 minutes.
That's
maybe
not that bad.
Oh, that's negligible then.
But if with Stephanie, if you want to do like like a 10-minute or whatever video, and then our podcast would go directly from, hey, what's going on, everybody? We're here. Here's the podcast. Yada yada. We go right into it. Boom. Today we're talking about our top whatevers.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. That's going to take the podcast, which is slowly going from 145, 155 to, I think we hit 220 almost, 215, something like that.
Something like
last
that.
episode. Yeah. That would drop it down to probably like maybe an hour and a half video.
Yeah. So it could be like a daily news recap. I mean, I probably I'd use Zoom for that. I could share screen to make the video for that instead of having to do, I've been trying to learn VideoPad to actually be able to drop stuff in and timeline and all that sort of stuff. Yep. It's just with my work, I don't have enough time to really spend a whole lot of time on that. But if a 10-minute video where I could kind of do what Grace Randolph does, I can still do it on OBS. I can still share screen. I can import my Zoom into OBS and share screen and do, articles and do it that way. So it looks visually interesting for people. And then we wouldn't have to, go over news items during the podcast and streamline it. Because I think that's the biggest thing with the YouTube podcast is we say it's the 10 fastest movies, but there's other stuff that we have in there where if somebody brand new starts listening, it's like, well, you said this is about the 10 fastest movies. What's this other news stuff? I don't,
right.
It's unfocused. It'd be kind of good to focus in, I think. But
just hit the list, call it good. And then throughout the week, we have little mini videos where we talk about all the nonsense that happens.
And then you could do maybe a gaming, because you're big on games, and I thought that was really fun, watching some of that Game Awards and doing those game trailers. I don't play a whole lot of video games, but it's fun to learn about games that are coming up, like, ooh, this would be a good thing to look at. And that Wonder Woman video, there's nothing in that video, but the people commented like, oh, this is going to be an open world, and it's going to be kind of like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And like, oh, that's cool. That'd be awesome.
What I will do
different
is
specialities.
Yeah, are you gonna head it up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Movie news stuff.
I don't know if I think I could just do it myself. I don't know if I need you guys. If you want to, absolutely. But I think I would just do it myself.
Yeah.
Unless you guys want to.
then this is what I recommend. I will send you over all of the specifics, and I will share the logo with you.
Okay.
The font is Antonio Bold, I think, and I
sounds like a driver.
Yeah, and then I italicize it. So as long as the shorts and hoodies font is the same, and then that the X cat is the.
Oh yeah, I always have that in my OBS. I like having that. Or if you give me the new one, yeah.
Yeah, and that would when you have it on Canva, you can literally just hover over the background and then change the color of it. And so I changed the cat, and so the cat's eyes aren't red anymore. It just stays gray. So the X changes colors. Okay. So it's super easy. Okay. Before I ended up having to do it in the program that I got the picture from and change the color to try to match everything. It was just a pain in the ass. So,
but yeah, we just call it like SNH News.
Yeah. And then I recommend keeping all of your thumbnails. In the case of you want to change something, you can go back and alter other stuff. I know I have every thumbnail that I've ever done. It's all in like folders on my Canva to where it's like Friday shows, Monday shows, because they're all going to change to whatever those shows are. We won't all look uniform anymore. So,
visually differentiate.
Right.
Big words. That's what
I do. So we're doing the podcast is going to straight top 10s. No movie news. You're doing movie news. And also too, once you start doing that, you'll want to start a new playlist
for news
on the main page. So when they go to our YouTube page, it'll say like full length shows, BTS shows, and then it'll be like news shows or reviews, reactions, yada yada yada. So,
if I did that twice weekly, would that be enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. I could do a gaming one once a week.
That'd be fun. I was thinking like on Tuesdays and maybe Thursdays, or record it Wednesday and upload it Thursday. And if you wanted to do Wednesday, or if you have a better day that works for you, Jared. I don't know what day do games usually come out? Like when they first drop, is it Wednesday? On Tuesdays?
They typically release on like Thursday, so that way you can play it on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That makes sense.
But yeah, like the news is so random. Like when I used to do the gaming news and stuff like that for Feathers and Friends, it was just so random because I would literally just Google, like gaming news and then pick like a couple of the major articles and I just read through all the side news and there'd just be shit throughout the week. It's so random. It's so random.
I think if we're going, 7 days a week, we just have to pick days that.
Yeah, like Monday's this, Tuesday's this, Wednesday's this, Thursday's this sort of thing, you mean?
Yeah. That way,
you can consolidate. If you have a day, like it could be everything from Thursday to Tuesday or Thursday to Wednesday of the day you want to do it. Or, you can record it whenever, but upload it on Wednesday.
Exactly. And that's where I like, because to sit here and
Jared, that works for you.
Instead of being able to go new shows every Monday and Friday, we can just sit here and I can change everything to go new shows every day. To where it's new videos every day, and where it's literally, like she said, we don't have to record every single day.
Yeah,
you can record it all in one day, and then just have it ready to go and schedule it for whatever days.
Because we're basically just being a curator of the news for people, so they don't have to like follow 1,000 Twitter handles and go on Collider and whatever. They can just be like, oh, SNH has got the news for me. I can just go to the SNH and I'll learn about gaming news and movie news and whatever fun geeky stuff. Geek world.
They hit. My birds have been suspicious quiet. They've been quiet.
I think you sound suspiciously slurry. Are you drinking some too? Are you drinking wine with me?
A little bit of strawberry and cream. No, I just
water.
It's just fizzy water. No, I'm hungry.
Are you?
I've been waiting to have scrambled eggs today.
I'm gonna go to the store and get me some turkey and make some turkey chili.
I'm hungry to go find out if Max wins or not.
All right. So movie news with Steph, gaming reviews, stuff with Jared. Podcast is one top 10 only. We're still going to be doing our reactions whenever we want to. Thoughts on movie, gaming, music reviews, stuff like that. I know we had brought it up before, and it's not something that, I mean, we have to do every week. It's just good filler stuff throughout the week or whatever, you know.
Well, I know Jared and I talked about that idea I had for the Hook Me in 3, which I'm such a horrible procrastinator. I'm sorry, Jared. Where I've talked about, it's an idea of taking a particular artist and then you basically review their top 3 songs on Spotify, and you see if those 3 songs really reflect the quality of that artist. Something like that.
Did you come up with that?
I did. Yeah.
That's a really good idea. I like that.
Oh, cool. Thanks. Trademark.
Yeah, I like that. I know I like it. What did you call it?
Hook Me in 3.
I thought your idea was you get 3 songs for an artist, and then you're like, okay, these are the 3 songs you should listen to, and that way you can understand the artist better. That's what I thought the idea was.
That's what you thought it was? Yeah, no, my original idea was taking the top 3 songs on Spotify, something easy, you know.
Something
I don't know the artist at all.
She said she wanted to try with me, so sure.
Absolutely, yeah. That would be cool. I like that idea. That's something I would love to watch. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just message me about it, Stephanie.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm such a horrible procrastinator. Again, I'm a terrible project manager.
It's okay. I screwed up a podcast I was supposed to do this weekend anyway, so no worries.
Can you shorten it?
What?
Can you shorten it?
What do you mean shorten it?
Instead of Hooked Me in 3, Hooked in 3?
Hooked in 3? Yeah, sure, yeah. That sounds fine.
I don't know. It sounds, to me, it sounds better, but it goes with the, like, shorts and hoodies. It's the 3.
H and 3?
It's the 3 for me.
H and 3. Okay.
What I'm saying, like, shorts and hoodies, Hooked in 3. Like, it's, anytime it's over 3, for some reason, it doesn't flow off the tongue. It's like people who chant at like wrestling shows. If you give them more than 3 words, they can't do it. Yeah, 3 words just work.
Count the vote. Stop the count.
Exactly. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. It's like 3 words. If it's more than that, it doesn't catch on.
Sure. Hooked in 3. I like it. Yeah.
That's why I went with shorts and hoodies as well. So, and it's easy to, if you were to put it on stuff on shirts and everything. 3 words, like the cost goes up for more than.
Oh yeah,
that's
very true.
3, so, yeah, and
all
then
sorts of good ideas.
Ideas to do like try not to laugh videos, any kind of challenges like that for the channel.
Review episodes of Graham Norton. I've seen people reacting to episodes of Graham Norton.
I love Graham Norton.
I love Graham Norton too. I love that show. Yes, let's do reaction videos to Graham Norton.
I love Graham Norton though. Like I'm my favorite singer of all time is Robbie Williams.
Oh yeah, he's great.
He's a Brit, and
he's so funny on that show too.
His story. Did you see him
about his favorite pub burning down?
No, I'm talking about the Morning Glory episode.
Oh yes, I did.
Him and Justin Timberlake and Anna Kendrick was there, and she was like horrified. That is like
woman just walked in. Your cleaner's weird. We don't have a cleaner.
It's such a great story. I love
My favorite story of Robbie Williams is in talking about his wife. You know, he was at the business end of his wife giving birth, and he said it was like watching my favorite pub burning down.
Yeah. No, I like my favorite thing is like when he's telling the getting wanked off story, and Justin Timberlake's there, and he's like, "You just shit all over my Obama story."
My God.
Oh,
I love Graham Norton. Have you ever watched Graham Norton? Do you know what we're talking about, Jared?
I've seen a few clips.
You've seen a few.
The orange couch.
I don't watch full episodes because like that like some of the stories are good. Some of the stories are good that they have, but like because I saw the Witcher episode or the episode where he was talking with Henry Cavill about Warhammer, and like Graham Norton knew nothing, and like then Tom Holland was like, "Oh yeah, it's a game. I'd love to join in on that." And you're just looking at him and you're like, "Yeah, let's talk more about Warhammer and get into it." And Graham knows diddle about it.
Well, that's not his thing. Yeah.
But that's what I don't like is when you have a guest on and they're very passionate about those things, like Cavill is, or maybe him and Tom Holland, and they don't touch on those things.
Yeah.
And it's like Dude, at least do a tiny bit of research so you can at least bullshit your way through it.
I'm gonna give him a pass, man. Not everybody gets nobody. I don't think a talk show host has to be. Now, there's a difference. Some people think he made fun of it a little bit, which he ribs everybody.
Yeah.
He just does. That's his personality. He ribs everybody. But some people, I get that. Like when Dash is making fun of my favorite movies of all time, The Lord of the Rings, my feelings do get hurt because you like certain things because they speak to a part of your soul, right? And when somebody makes fun of something, they're essentially making fun of part of your soul, and that sucks. It really does suck. So I understand that. I don't feel bad if people are getting mad about someone making fun of something that they love. Yep. I think everybody should be a little kinder about, hey, don't yuck somebody's yum. I love that phrase. If somebody likes something, don't shit on it because that's not cool, man.
I'm not shitting on you liking it.
That's
no,
you're not. You're not. You're not.
You liking it. I'm just shitting on your favorite movie of all time.
You are
with passion.
All I'm saying is that if I can read, like, I think it was maybe 6 comics in like 2 or 3 days to catch up on somebody's body of work before I interviewed them because it looked interesting. Graham Norton has that kind of time and that because he makes so much money, that is his job. You can at least brush up a little bit on what it is.
I agree to a point.
He also has like a radio show, and he's got
a radio show. He's like he's a lot of Ryan Seacrest. Brit.
Oh, so he's doing the Ryan Seacrest, where when he jumps from one project to the next,
he has basically a lot. I mean, not only just in front of the camera, but behind the camera as well.
Yeah, I give him a pass.
He's a big deal.
Right.
He's a big deal. He's like, what's the other dude? Michael McIntyre.
Well, the only one of the ones I know, but in Britain are like Alan Ross.
Too.
Who?
Ant and Dec do everything too.
Oh yeah. I haven't watched a whole lot of them though.
Well, you guys know the hot ones, right?
Oh yeah, I love that show.
Yeah. You can probably hire somebody to do a little bit of background on
it.
Absolutely.
Sure.
I mean, if a subpar team, that somebody starting out like Hot Ones can come up with that good information for being that small of a team, I'm sure Graham Norton can hire 2 or 3 people to, export the work.
Yeah.
He it is, if you want to say a knock on Graham, is that he does sometimes treat some of that nerdy stuff as like, oh, what is this nerdy stuff? And I don't like people do that. But he has other stuff that he likes that I agree with, and everybody's different.
I like it, but I get it at the same time. Like,
I get it. I get what you're saying, Jared. I totally get what you're saying. Yeah. It's not that difficult to do.
So no, I'm totally on board with everything that we want to do, whether it be from reactions to reviews. You'll be in charge of your own thumbnails and stuff like that.
Yes, sir. I'll try to match your aesthetic.
Unless it's reactions, then just send me stuff. And then I know on my part, I'm going to start doing review stuff for wrestling because I'm a big pro wrestling fan.
Cool.
So I wanted to bring in like a
you should look at I'm sorry, I'm so interrupting you, I apologize, but I was going to say the fact all of these things we're talking about, there's like several channels, like the Outlaw channel is John Roca is the guy that I watch. The Geek Buddies, have you guys seen the Geek Buddies show? Like that's the channel I kind of see us kind of patterning after. He's got a wrestling show, he's got the Geek Buddies show, he's got a political show too. I don't want to do a political show, obviously, but he does a news show. He's got people that are kind of insiders. I see us doing that. We got music, we got video games, we got some wrestling. I love wrestling too. We could do all these different things, and then everybody who gets on the shorts and hoodies can like pick their own little, varietal of S&H. I think that's cool.
I think with Stephanie, with you doing movie news stuff, here with you doing gaming stuff, me doing wrestling stuff. I mean, there's 3 days worth of stuff. We already have podcasts on 2 days. There's 5 days. There's only 2 more days in the week that we don't need everybody together. What I'm saying, to do content enough for the show every day. I mean, and it doesn't have to be, I don't have to sit here and go, do I need to decide between work today? Because I mean, I can, whether it be Uber or whatever, to go, I got to decide between, I got to shoot this video because we need content up there. There's enough to spread around for everything. And there's new trailers every day almost, especially during this time between, because I mean, now we're still waiting on one more trailer. I think we're going to get it. I think we're going to get it today or tomorrow. I think tomorrow will happen that we'll get a final trailer.
I saw that The Real
think
Rejects
Wednesday?
were reacting to like the first few minutes of the movie. Like that's been
I'm
released.
not watching it.
I don't want to watch that either.
Yeah.
No.
No, not doing it. But what I'm saying is there's enough content to spread about that I feel, and I'm just this kind of person being a perfectionist, and that I'm sitting here going, I want our channel to go from 0 subscribers to 25 million subscribers overnight. And I know it's not going to happen. We're at 53 now, I think.
Hello to you out there.
All I'm saying is if I have to wait Saturday and Sunday for Philip DeFranco to come back on Monday through Friday, everyone else can wait those 2 damn days. That's my theory.
Yeah.
They can catch up on stuff they missed over the week.
Yeah. I don't know. You said, who did you say that you feel that we're modeling after a little?
John Roca, the outlaw. I think it's just John Roca is his channel on YouTube. If anybody out there has watched John Roca, he's a big movie trivia schmodown competitor that I've liked for a long time. Then he started his own channel. He's got this show, The Geek Buddies, which is a great show. It's him and 2 other guys that are kind of behind the scenes. One's a producer and one's an actor, writer. So they've got some inside knowledge. They broke the news about Letitia Wright, who was Shuri in Black Panther as of right now. How they're having to rewrite the whole movie about her. They got inside sources, but we don't have that.
I'm sorry. I'm going to cut you off. I just found out something yesterday that blew my mind, and I don't know how it happened. I'm going blank right now.
Good.
The chick who plays Michonne in The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
It's the same chick from Black Panther.
That's correct. Yep. She plays
I can't remember her name.
Oh no. I know it.
Roby?
Not Nakia. Oh my God, what's the matter? I'm ingesting your blankness.
Yeah. But I was looking at 2 different pictures. It was like some article of like people who it was like geekiest actresses or something like that. Cause I'm looking like forward for other episodes and stuff like that. And it was like, we have a women's episode coming up for National Women's Day. And I was like, they were like, versatile actors. And it was
Okoye.
Okoye, yeah. And it was like, when I scrolled past, it was like number 4 and it was her. And I was like, shut up. That's the same person. Like, it blew my mind.
Denai Guerrera.
Did you know that in Thor Ragnarok, the voice of the demon god that Thor fights at the beginning is the same voice actor for Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob?
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Fun fact.
Wow. That is a fun fact.
Interesting.
You know, another
Mr.
fun
Krabs
fact
is a demon.
He is a demon.
Another fun fact. I've never seen
red.
SpongeBob.
You're not missing much.
Okay, cool.
Like it's a great. It's
SpongeBob's
okay.
Awesome.
If you've never watched SpongeBob, if you've never seen it, you're not going to miss much. But if you watch SpongeBob, you're going to have another show that you're going to have to catch up on because it does appeal to the inner child in you. It does.
I will be honest. I just started getting into Rick and Morty.
I have to watch that.
I've been
told that I would love that show, and I have not.
The latest season, there are some bangers, and then there are some what the fuck moments.
I love it.
Just with some of the episodes, just kind of hang tight and let it roll. You're gonna embrace the weird. So.
Well, if I remember correctly, those guys ended up being the showrunners for Loki, if I'm remembering that correctly.
Right. I believe so. Something like that.
Okay.
They have something to do with the MCU.
Is it Loki? I'm looking it up, people, live on the internet.
Well, who's the creator?
The creator of Rick and Morty?
Yes. Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland.
Didn't he do Community as well?
Yeah.
Harmon? Yeah. Okay. That's where I'm looking at that connection there.
Yes, that's correct. Loki head writer Michael Waldron is a protege of Dan Harmon's. Waldron started with Community in 2014, joined several other Harmon projects before becoming a writer and producer on Rick and Morty season 4, and then he became the showrunner of Loki. So yes, there is a definite
season 4 was really good. There was I think there was 1 or 2 episodes in season 4 that was just off the wall and dumb. But yeah, no, the vast majority of season 4 was awesome.
I have to catch up.
Well, awesome. We got stuff to
lots of good stuff to talk about.
for the show, for the podcast, for ourselves, individually, all that good mess.
Okay. Then
I'm
I'm gonna
excited.
go watch the rest of this race before it gets
Oh,
spoiled
it got
for me.
canceled. It got rained out.
Shut the
It got
fuck
rained
up!
out.
I'm gonna punch you in the taint!
There were birds on the.
No,
not birds. Not birds. No.
Everyone got food poisoning.
Squirrels. Oh yeah.
You think so? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Nope.
Their tires were eaten by squirrels.
Yeah.
I hate when
Dominic
tires
Toretto
get eaten.
showed up and was like,
Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Family. All right. Go watch your race. We'll see y'all later.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Peace out. Bye.
Cut the check.